So we'll start with the goalkeeper. What are your guys' thoughts? I think a lot of people have went big on, well, Raya wasn't good against Lens, so he shouldn't start against Manchester City. Um, I still think Raya's the better goalkeeper, and I would still go with Raya. But what do you guys think in terms of goalkeeper? And if you do want Ramsdale, give me your reasoning why. Because Raya was bad against Lens for me is not a good enough reason to drop a better goalkeeper. Um, Also, Raya's actually played in a match where they've actually beat Manchester City. I don't think Ramsdale has ever beaten Manchester City. So now you could make an argument where if you think at home we're going to be against the wall a little bit more, I still think Manchester City will dominate the game. Um, if they're not, we're in trouble. We're in a better state if they're dominating possession and dominating the game and we're on the counterattack. If we have more of the ball, we're in trouble. Like, we're in trouble. So if we're going to be defending a little bit more, maybe you could make an argument for Ramsdale because he's better with his back against the wall. But I still think Ray is probably the better choice. So um, off the radar says Ramsdale won't play because he's uncomfortable claiming the ball. Akinola says Raya cost us a goal with bad long shots against Lens. Let's be realistic. He cost us, but again, does that mean that you bring in a goalkeeper that's for the last year and a half has cost us even more? So you can, again, Raya having a bad game is not a good enough reason for Ramsdale to come back into the team. So if you can give me a legitimate reason why Ramsdale would be a better choice in this game than Raya, that does not include Raya having a bad game. Because again, it's just another Tierney situation. Whereas Zinchenko is obviously a superior player to Tierney. But anytime Zinchenko made a mistake, people started saying that, well, that's why Tierney should be playing. But is Tierney the better player? Can you give me a legitimate reason why Ramsdale, if you've seen statistics or anything, that would indicate that Ramsdale is a better choice? It's not washing. Like, it's not washing. The math ain't mathin'. Elliot says Raya will start. Aman says Raya 100%. Tim also made a really good point about why Raya will probably continue to start is because he made a mistake doing what the manager wants him to do. And Ramsdale had started kicking the ball long constantly instead of playing the ball out of the back and trying to do what the manager was asking him to do. And that's that's a big reason why he's been replaced, is because as the season got more pressurized, he stopped trying to play out of the back. Remember, we were like, what happened to his passing? He doesn't do his sidewinders anymore. He doesn't pass in between the lines anymore. And that was because he decided he'd gotten picked off a couple of times. And instead of being brave, he, decided, I'm just going to kick it long. And when you continuously kick it long, especially to a team like us who don't have a big striker, that ball keeps coming back at you, back at you, back at you, back at you. So, does Raya need to be dropped for doing what the manager is asking him to do and make a mistake? Or should Ramsdale come back into the team who has for an entire half of a season not done anything that the manager has asked him to do, and as a result has put us under more pressure? You guys give me a good reason why Ramsdale should come back into the side. Ivy says, I'm okay with Raya, but he's got to fix up his passes. Saksham says, Raya is better statistically. Ramsdale fanboys keep crying. Aman says, Raya has changed how we play from the back, plus Raya was brought in to play these games. Max says, Raya and all the coaches will reflect on the air. Off the radar says, Tomiyasu might play, but he cost us a goal last season versus City. Jean says, Raya will start, no debate there. Yo-Yo says it will likely be an emotional game as most home games, so Rams shouldn't start. That's probably like the best answer as well, because I imagine the stadium will be kind of quiet, a little bit edgy, then, the emotions will start flowing. We're not very good at home in terms of managing our emotions. So why would you put the goalkeeper in that ignites a lot of that rather than the guy that's going to calm you down? It's I still don't understand Ramsdale should come straight back in because Raya made a mistake when Ramsdale had like a year and a half, like, unopposed. He didn't even have a goalkeeper really coming after his position. And he was out there just doing whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, Akinola says, yes, of course. I think we forgot that Ramsdale made us a better team when he came in and had a lot of clean sheets. That quickly ended once he got the spot from Leno. Like, again, like there was an entire season where he had Matt Turner behind him and he just fell off, so sometimes it's not about what you did for me before, it's what have you done for me lately. And lately, Ramsdale has performed like the worst goalkeeper in the league. At the start of this season, he ranked like bottom 3 for goalkeepers. And at the back end of last season, he was middle bottom. So he did help us a lot at the beginning, especially when he was trying to win that spot off of Leno. Once he got a little comfortable, I think he kind of let it slip, and I think Ray is just a better goalkeeper. I don't know why it's so bad to say it's like that it's true. Like, I don't think that there's much to argue about in that regard. You can really love Ramsdale, but I think Ray is just a better keeper. I think most rivals or neutrals would say that if they had to choose between Raya and Ramsdale based on statistics and what they've seen over the last 2 seasons, they would pick Raya. Not only rivals and neutrals, but the club, because the club wanted Raya before they wanted Ramsdale. So, yeah. Uh, if you guys want Ramsdale back in, then fair enough. Philip says Raya's kicking long to Havertz up top. Max says, let's not think Raya is not press resistant. However, Raya is generally calmer. I believe Ramsdale will improve under Raya's competition. Hopefully. The first time that we've seen Ramsdale actually have variation to his passing was when he lost his spot and he had to play against Brentford. So all that went away when he was uncontested back there. So, I mean, hey, it's Raya for me. But again, he has to have a good game. He needs to calm down. He needs to, not make those unforced errors like he made. Like, I'm not saying that he didn't make those mistakes. I just don't think you should drop the better goalkeeper because he made a mistake that you've seen Ramsdale make 5,000 times.